everybody starts with 5 gold. Okay, and the rest of the gold goes over there because the king is the guy who's going to be going in. Okay, so let's just go over the eye. Oh, and one of you guys, just choose a color. Yellow? Okay. Alright, so we've set these guys up randomly. Everybody's going to get 2 messages, but before I do that, I'm going to explain what the messages do, but I got to explain the game first. So let's just go through the rough premise of the game. Here you've got a long corridor that leads to the king. Down this narrow corridor, you've got messengers that are delivering messages, right? The corridor is so narrow that they have to leap over each other to get there. Okay? So, in the basic rules of the game, the first guy can't move because he can't leap. So, this guy can leap. Now he can move, right? You're going to be one of these messengers, but the twist here is that you get to roll a die and move any one of these guys, except for the first guy, obviously, because he can't move. So you can keep rolling and moving guys until you move your own guy. And then when you move your own guy, that's the end of your turn. Okay? So that's the core rule. So during a turn, let's say you're rolling a die and you're moving guys. If I roll a 5, I can choose any one of these 3 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I want to move this guy, or I can move that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Before the next die roll, you might want to affect the move. So let's say I'm sitting here, I just rolled a 5. These cards, these messages that you're carrying, everybody's going to have messages that they're carrying. I'll just set these up as a little dummy thing here. We'll reset it for the game. These messages are face down in front of you. You can look at them at any time you want. And there's 4 different powers on here. So what will happen is that after the dice roll, you'll flip over a message, and that message will take effect. Only the first message flipped over after the dice roll takes effect. So between the 4 of us, right? Only one message. After the next roll, you can flip over another message. Now, yeah, anybody can flip. You're always involved in the game. Now, the one thing about the messages is that you don't get paid for any messages that are face up in front of you. So it's a one-time use. You can't flip it over again. And when it gets to the king, it doesn't. You're not going to get anything for it. You're only going to get paid for the ones that are face down. Now, if you deliver both messages face down, you'll get the total of the gold on the bottom. Okay? If your messages are face up, you get nothing. And then at the end of the round, you can choose to turn them face down again, but it costs you a gold per message. You have to land on the king exactly, and then we'll be down in this position, and we'll move down in here somewhat. We'll be jockeying positions or whatever. One of the things that happens in this game is that if you get to the red, I guess I'll do this first. If you get to the red carpet, whoever gets to the red carpet first gets 2 gold. It's a little bonus mini gold that you can get. So that's 2 gold that you get paid. The blue player would get that. Now anybody could have moved that blue player there. Depends on depending on whose turn it was, right? But the blue player gets it. If you roll a 1, the guy in the back automatically goes to the front, no matter what. So if it's you, that ends your turn. If it's not, you keep going. Okay? You can end up in this position. And what will happen here is that since this guy can't move, he's like a little ticking time bomb. If it comes around to the green player's turn, he walks in and he sees the king. You're right. You're waiting for the word, right? You're saying, I'm here. So the king's going to say, okay, on your turn you're coming in. But if somebody else gets there first, by leaping over you, they end the round. Okay, so the round ends when somebody gets to the king, delivers their messages, and then we start a new round. So the game goes really quick. 5 rounds, whoever has the most money at the end of the game wins the game. We keep track of the rounds with these coins, so whoever's in the back takes one of these coins, and also the back player starts. We just reset these guys here at the beginning of the next round. Everybody gets a new message, and we keep going. So what will happen is that as the game progresses, and you don't get to see the king, you'll be getting more and more messages. So you'll have more power, you'll have more potential gold that you can get if you get it. I think that pretty well explains it. Oh, I do have to explain what the messages do. Okay, so there's 4 types of messages. Yes, there are 4 types. Okay. So what you got with these guys here is pretty simple. When you see the +1, +2, +3, +4, it adds to the dice roll. So if you flip this one over, that the dice roll is now a 4. Okay? And whoever's rolling the dice has to move somebody forward. This is hold on to the dice. Remember I said if you move your own guy, you have to pass the die. Well, if this gets flipped over before that happens, then you hold on to the dice. There's also situations where you might roll a 2 in this situation and nobody can move. Right? That is also passing the dice, which will allow you to hold on to the dice. There's also something about this I'll explain in a minute with the captain. I'll get to that last. This is praying for another outcome. So if you basically re-roll the dice and have this symbol. The last one is stop rolling. So after somebody rolls a die and you play this, that's their last roll. The dice is going to move. This really comes in handy if you're sitting here and you're waiting for your turn to come around quicker. You might want to flip that over to get it around faster.
Maybe multiple cards flipped, ahead of time.
No, only one. So a dice gets rolled, one card gets flipped, that card takes effect, then the next dice is rolled.
Okay. Do we flip our own?
Yes, you flip your own cards.
And is it a dexterity thing?
Well, within reason. It depends on the players. Okay. Like you can play kind of a laid-back gentleman's game if you want, or you can go crazy and just go, it's fast. The captain decides. Okay? The captain is an important piece. At the end of the game, you want to be the captain because that means that you've got the most money. This gets moved around. Whoever has the most money at any time in the game. It's also a little bit of a bad thing because what happens is if you get into a situation where nobody can move on a dice roll, and you roll a 2 in this situation, the captain has to pay a goal, and the dice gets moved. But if you have the captain at the end of the game, it means that you've gotten the most money, right? So you kind of want that at the end of the game. So I think that's it. All right, so we'll just start playing. I'm going to set these up.